All right, Fezzy, Friday night, it's time to talk with Polo.
From the legendary Warner Fez Studios in a predominantly white neighborhood, Warner Fez presents Showtime with the Polo.
Yeah, Polo, he likes the movie.
You like the movie?
Polo, you like the movie?
You like the movie too? How are you?
Your life's a movie too, Fez.
I'm a little stressed out, so I'm sorry if
What's the problem, Polo?
Life is
hemorrhoid?
Just life. Just the getting up in the morning and taking pills to go to sleep. The whole thing. You know,
Polo, there's always the silver salad. You put the gun in your mouth, you pull the trigger, and off you go. It all ends there. All the pain ends there.
And if anyone deserved to, is you, Polo.
I would never buy a gun because it's just too big a temptation. Not even just...
Murder, suicide. You and your wife, you murder, then suicide.
Murder, then reconsider suicide.
And remember, murder first. Suicide first, there can't be a murder.
Look, I even know a gun dealer, and he's talked me out of it a bunch of times. So don't even talk to me about it. It's crazy talk. I mean,
maybe we should
need to get a gun.
Maybe we should do movie reviews instead.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we have Ice Princess, we have Ring 2, and the movie I really want to talk about is Upside of Anger, which was opened in 7 theaters last week. So technically, they're opening it in more theaters, and then they'll open it in more theaters, and then more theaters.
They're rolling it out, are they, Polo?
That's what they're doing.
Now, this is Kevin Costner attempting some kind of comeback by going the independent film route.
Well, first of all, I'm one of those people who never, ever attacked Costner.
First of all, if you say you're one of those people, you're one person. No, because the rest of the country's turned on him.
But they did for a while, and then he, fine. The Robin Hood, he didn't do the English accent. I was against that, too. Yeah, I thought he should have tried for the English accent. But I think he's a good actor, and I don't think he's ever
Fez, you'll like this. This is the 4th time Kevin Costner's playing some kind of baseball player. This time he's a retired baseball player.
Well, he always goes back to what he knows.
He's, and it's basically the only time he has a hit is either he's baseball or he's dancing around with wolves.
Well,
any wolves show up in this?
Now, is it after Armageddon? He's a retired baseball player in a post-apocalyptic world?
No, he is a drunk and a former baseball player.
But what kind of actor is he? Oh, I thought you were talking about real life.
Right.
Is this a good movie, Paulo, first of all?
It's a very good movie. As a matter of fact...
All right, let me just say this. I saw the preview for this. Joan Allen, who's normally plays one of the Nixons every other time, she's in the film with her. Her neck is so thin that she's screaming at him in this thing. And I am just watching the throat itself. And at one point, if you watch the trailer for this, it kind of hollows out. And I couldn't take my eye off her throat. It looked like a small canoe where the rest of us would have a throat.
Paul, I can't sit there and watch a windpipe for the whole film.
It's the only reason I'll go.
It looks like it's going to tip over, the whole head.
And what is with her neck?
I don't know. It's a little E.T. thing she has going there.
It really is. It's like a hose and then a pumpkin on the top of it.
Does her finger glow?
She's great in the movie. Costner's great. There's 4 daughters. She has 4 daughters. All great actresses.
Why is Kevin Costner wearing his hair like Michael Bolton now?
Because he's losing his hair a little bit. And, that's the way some men, when they get older, they cut it.
It's hard for me to believe that this is a great film directed and written by Mike Binder. What has happened with Mike Binder?
Okay.
Has he made it now?
Yeah, he did that show on HBO, which nobody ever really liked. But, maybe he worked out all of whatever garbage was in his system.
There's nothing he's ever done that I say I'm a fan of.
And he's a co-star in this, and he plays a station manager or a producer at a radio station, kind of a slimy, sleazy kind of a guy.
The Michael Hughes character.
It fits him perfectly. It's really a great movie. I mean, it calls up terms of endearment because, she's this really...
Kid dies.
She's drunk and she's kind of angry, and that's, she's the upside of anger. That's the name of the movie. So she's angry because her husband left her, and she's always bitching to her daughters, and he's a drunk and she's a drunk, so they drink together a lot. It's really
sounds fun.
Yeah, well, let's face it. It's a human drama, and they don't come around that often. As a matter of fact, I don't think I saw one last year that was really as human as this film.
You don't see a lot of films, though.
I see all the films.
I mean, all the way through.
Most Most of the time I see them all.
You run theater to theater.
So is there any way for us even to see this film, Polo, or is it?
Yes, it's rolling out. So as sooner or later, it's going to
We got to wait for it to roll.
It'll continue to roll until it's in every single theater in the country. But started with 7 and then exponentially grows larger and larger and larger.
What's the name of the film?
Upside of Anger.
Sounds awful.
No, it has, but again, if you're not into an adult, a mature film, like American Beauty or.
When you say an adult film, are you talking about porn?
No,
I'll go see it for Joan Allen porn.
Nope.
Skinny neck porn.
It's deep throat too.
No frontal nudity. So she's nude in this film. She has another film out this week too, but it's even rolled out less. Called Off the
Less than 7?
Less than 7. It was called Off the Map, where she does total nudity, Joan Allen.
That'll keep it from rolling out.
So if anyone's ever wanted to see Pat Nixon naked,
I have.
But she's in the desert tending her garden in the nude. Very good film too. But again, I'm so up on Upside of Anger.
She's the Jude Law of 05. She's just one film after another. All right, Polo.
Then you have Ring 2 and the Ice Princesses.
All right, let's go in this with the. Let's say to compare films to songs. If The Godfather was Hey Jude, and let's say Octopus's Garden was a Lindsay Lohan film, what song would this film be?
This would be Locomotive Breath.
Wow, by Jethro Tull. Jethro Tull's hit.
Yeah.
All right, not bad at all. I might go see it.
This is a Tull production.
There's no reason why Costner can't have Oscar.
Oh, nice.
I don't think that blurb's going to get picked up.
Why don't you make this blurb? This could be your blurb. In the suffering madness comes the locomotive breath.
Of course, he has Oscars already, but this would be for
he's got Scorsese's Oscar, and I'll always hate him for it. I'll hate him for the rest of my life for that.
Well, it wasn't really his fault. It wasn't Scorsese's fault.
All right, I'll give my review of this film. Kevin Costner's dead to me, and I'm not going to watch a film by a dead man.
First of all, he had one of the best films of the last couple of years. Open Range was a terrific film, the Western. So he does Western and baseball movies. I mean, hold that against him. I'm sorry.
I am. I'm going to hold it against him.
Open Range closed early. There's your blurb.
All right, what else you got for us, Polo?
All right, you got the Ring 2 is for your horror fix. If you need a horror fix, go see Ring 2.
All right.
I mean, that's a horrible blurb.
I mean, this seems like the one that's going to be the number 1 film, and you haven't seen it, have you?
I've seen it. I'm just saying, I know it's going to be the number 1 film because, we've had enough family films out in the last few weeks. So, want to see some horror films again. And I mean, there are plenty of scares in the movie, but it's kind of a letdown because the first one was such a kind of a nice, pleasant, scary surprise. I guess those two words don't go together.
No, they don't.
No, if I want to get scared, I'm going to go watch Joan Allen's Windpipe again.
But it's scary, but it's kind of cheap. It's got a lot of cheap scares, and it doesn't really have the right feel. And that's not what you want. But I mean, if you really need a horror fix, fine, and fine, go.
No, fine. What do I care? What do I care?
That's skin off my nose.
It was a pleasant, scary feeling for me, but not as pleasant as the first time around.
All right, Paulo?
Yes.
No one's going to go to the movies this weekend, thanks to you.
They may never go again.
Princess?
What's the Ice Princess? Why are you laughing?
I'm sorry, because I know you're not going to go see Ice Princess.
Yeah, all right. All right, Paulo.
Sorry.
Hopefully by next week you'll have killed yourself. That's my prayer.
Talk to that gun owner again.
I don't make the movie.
I can't believe this. I'm starting to miss Terry. After this time with Terry, remember she was in here earlier? She hit you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I still don't remember.
Why you don't feel good?
Yeah.
Polo, our boy here, J-Dubs, has a gigantic hemorrhoid. Anything that, and I know that you've got real bad bathroom habits. Anything
and
at all?
You married one.
Anything at all that he can do?
Suppositories.
Yeah.
They're good. They work.
Dubs, I got a lot of people emailing me that you should go right to the doctor because it may not be a hemorrhoid. And one young lady said that her husband almost bled to death because it was something else, I guess. So
I heard a horrible thing about someone eating a whole pepper and their stomach was eaten out by that that virus.
You can't say eaten out on the radio.
The skin-eating disease, they eat it from the inside, from the capsaicin in the pepper.
Still, they're good. Everybody likes a nice hot pepper.
What is that? A staph infection or a what is that flesh-eating disease? He could have the flesh-eating disease.
Yeah, maybe he does. It's a hemorrhoid.
And it's starting there?
It wouldn't be good.
All right, thanks, Polo. Thanks for boring us and talking. You know what? The hemorrhoid discussion is actually more interesting than your review.
All right,
that's where we are.
I'll probably be dead by next week. So.
All right, let's hope. Talk to you later, Paul.
Don't make promises.
All right, let's open up the prize closet. 866-277-4969. 866-277-4969. Call in and win. Let me give